if you don't put 20% down, how much do you have to pay extra? What happens? How do you pick what program you are,
Sure.
into?
So there is, I mean, that is the drawback to not putting 20% down. I mean, let's just be clear. Most people aren't putting 20% down, but there are benefits. And one of those benefits is you don't have to pay what's called mortgage insurance. Mortgage insurance exists on pretty much every mortgage, with a few exceptions for borrowers putting less than 20% down. Now, it's very important that you carefully analyze the costs of the mortgage insurance, because you
Mhm.
also have to look at how much is it going to cost me in mortgage insurance versus how much is it going to cost me if I wait to get to that 20% down mark. Because the thing that most people forget to think about is a $450,000 home today might be a $500,000 or $550,000 home 2 to 3 to 4 years from now. So
Yeah.
if I wait to save my 20% down, I'm going to end up spending an extra $50,000 to $100,000 on the same house that I could get today, right? So
Definitely.
there's definitely an advantage to
Mhm.
using mortgage insurance as a tool to get into to get into the marketplace. Now, there's a lot of variables and factors that come into play with mortgage insurance. It's important to talk about those.
Mhm.
It's highly dependent on how much you are putting down, and highly dependent on your credit score. It's highly dependent on what's called your debt to income ratio. So as you can tell, there's a lot of things at play here, and it's
Mhm.
really hard to just give a blanket answer. When
Yeah.
is mortgage insurance the right thing to do versus when it's not?
And that's something you'll individually sit down with
Right.
whoever is interested, and you'll talk to them about that.
Exactly. It's exactly like
Really
going
your
to the
case.
physical therapist. Have you ever been to a physical therapist,
All
Mariko?
the time.
Yeah, or like a chiropractor.
All the
If you
time.
if you
Yep.
go into a chiropractor and I come in the door right after you do, and this is pre-COVID because we're both going into a place at the same time,
Yeah.
you're going to have a dramatically different treatment plan for whatever your challenge is when you go to the chiropractor than I'm going to have, right? Because I'm a different person. We have a different set of circumstances. We have different anatomies. It's
Mhm.
the same with mortgage insurance. Everybody's situation is slightly different. So it's important to sit down with a professional,
Mhm.
in a lot of cases over Zoom, like we're doing right now, given the times, and have that discussion about, based on our specific set of circumstances, what's my best path
Mhm.
forward? And if that involves mortgage insurance, great. What does that look like? If it doesn't involve mortgage insurance, great. What does that look like? It's just a case by case.